Let's see what we pull up. Let's see. Yeah, I was right on the number. 2 million people are sickened every year with antibiotic-resistant infections, with at least 23,000 dying as a result.
My name is Marilyn Roberts. I'm a professor in the School of Public Health, Department of Environmental and Occupational Health Sciences. So I've worked on antibiotic-resistant bacteria for virtually my entire career.
Antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria change in response to the use of these medicines. These bacteria may infect humans and animals, and the infections they cause are harder to treat than those caused by non-resistant bacteria. These bacteria are more commonly known as a superbug.
Right now we're doing a project looking at E. coli coming from the Puget Sound. We're taking water samples that are being provided to the Department of Health near shellfish beds, and they are sampled once a month. And if there's a high levels of E. coli, then the shellfish cannot be harvested. Most of the levels are pretty low, which is good, which means that the likelihood of finding pathogens in the shellfish is also low. Similarly, if you look at the birds in any dump, they are going to carry bacteria that are very similar to what can cause disease in people, like Salmonella and E. coli. So if the animals are in close proximity to people or their waste products, they are more likely to pick up drug resistance than not. Now there are people that are saying we should do one world health, where we're looking at the whole world as a single entity.
The One Health movement is emphasizing the fact that the environment and animal hosts are equally important parts and aspects to human health. Think about where these bacteria are going once they leave the human, and just think about, what their little journey might be, going into the ocean and then coming in contact with all kinds of other animals. So in water sources near humans, you're going to see elevated levels of antibiotic-resistant bacteria. So any animals that are in that general area, yeah, of course they could get infected with those. Humans tend to sort of put humans on the pedestal as like we're the epitome of evolution, and so therefore we're the best. Everything that we do is the best. But if you look at bacteria, who, by the way, have been evolving for something like 4 billion years on Earth, they're way more adaptable than humans. Way, way, way more adaptable. Scientists are ringing the alarm bells right now, trying to, sort of make the general public aware that this problem is coming, and it's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better.
We now have a voluntary rule that you do not use antibiotics for growth promotion in livestock, and that any antibiotics need to be prescribed by a physician. Continuing educating the veterinarian profession is something that is being done as part of the One Health project.
In the United States, livestock antibiotic use continues to account for nearly 2/3 of the sales of medically important antibiotics, often fed to animals that are not sick to help them survive crowded and unsanitary conditions on industrial farms.
I think the One Health concept is absolutely applicable. Any of the issues we face in food supply or in human medical care are community problems that involve both food animals and companion animals, as well as those human populations, and how antibiotics are used and prescribed in all of those populations. Do we have a resistance problem? Hell yes. Is that a problem we share with the human population? I don't think that's been clearly determined yet, but it could be. A lot of our food supply just uses antibiotics as a matter of routine. It's not the right thing to do from either a moral standpoint or a business standpoint. And those two things are often perfectly aligned. Healthy animals are good business. Using antibiotics is bad business. If you lower the frequency of antibiotic use, you lower the frequency of resistance. It doesn't seem like rocket science, right? It's just the way it is. I'm a veterinarian, right? So I treat animals. And on my farm, I am interested in public health, but on my farm, independent of public health, I don't like resistant bacteria because then my treatments fail. But MRSA seemed to be a human thing, other resistance being an animal thing, and we can't find this smoking gun that we were hoping for because then we know what the problem is and how to fix it. So it's more nebulous than that. We certainly are part of the problem. I don't think we're an overwhelming part of the problem compared to the other settings where antibiotics might be used. We exist within a greater community, all of us, animals and humans, because of how interconnected the world is. So we have to solve the problem not just in one place or one country or one population. We have to solve it across animal and human populations and across the global community.